Row 18, plot 20.
Hey everybody, welcome to Now It's Dark. I'm Jim. Just got done watching a movie that was recommended to me by a friend of the channel, Papmaster8874 on YouTube. And he left a comment on a video that I did a review about a month ago for a real cheesy movie. And he left a comment, and I finally was able to get around to finding it and watching it. And it was for Rent a Pal, which is a 2020 film, 1 hour and 48 minutes. And honestly, because the comment suggesting this movie was left on such a cheesy, gratuitous, like nudity, cheese fetishy type movie, I was kind of expecting something similar to that. Um, Pleasantly surprised by this movie, Rent-A-Pal. Um, just really, really good movie, directed and written by John Stevenson, and has a really cool cast. Brian Landis Folkins plays David. Will Wheaton, yes, shut up, Wesley. That Will Wheaton plays Andy. Amy Rutledge plays Lisa, and uh, Olivia Hendrick plays Susan. And it's just really, really this movie that dives into like one of my favorite genres that I've titled Descent into Madness. The movie is an IFC midnight movie. The movie is set in 1990, so we're dealing with that kind of a time frame where VHS was still the media choice for everyone. And it's about this David, who's kind of he's 40. He's living at home with his mother, who has dementia. Father is no longer in the picture, and he's trying to kind of find companionship through one of the VHS dating services. So this would have been like the 90s version of online dating services. Um, Basically, if you're young and you don't know what this concept was, you would go to a location, you would film a little video introduction about yourself. Those videos would be distributed to the other locations. This particular video dating service was called Video Rendezvous, and those VHS tapes would get distributed between all their locations, and then you would go in and try to find a match. You would watch a series of different videotapes, um, make a match, let the office know. They would contact that other person, said, "Hey, so and so is interested in you. Do you want to see their video?" And then then you take it from there. Um, all the while paying all of these different fees to do that. Um, so it's this movie does a great job of developing a genuine kind of feeling for David. Um, you feel for his situation. He's incredibly talented actor. Really conveys his kind of stuck in time lifestyle where he's kind of feeling obligated to be there for his mother and take care of her 24/7, and really doesn't put a lot of self-care time into that. This is like his small attempt at having some sort of his own identity or life. um, when things don't go very well for him, when he does get a match but then that falls through, Lisa, damn you, um, he sees in the bargain bin next to the cash register at the Video Rendezvous a tape called Rent-A-Pal. So he gives that a shot, takes that, goes home and watches it. And this is virtually um, like a videotape of Will Wheaton um, playing Andy. And it's kind of almost like a choose your own direction kind of a storybook where you would read a certain thing and then you'd get to a part and you'd have to turn the other page, except this doesn't have like different options. It's a pre-recorded like interactive conversation. um, David becomes very, very obsessed with this, where he's lip syncing it. He's watching it quite a bit. He's audibly responding to the conversation with Andy. It gets a little weird. It gets a little weird. His obsessiveness with this. Um, at one point, we see that his dad had a collection of old vintage movies, and I would call those A+ movies, if you know what I mean. They're the kind that were stashed in a box in the corner, and yeah, you didn't let the kids or mom find out that you had those kind of movies. So, um, anyways, uh, so Diane is the receptionist at Video Rendezvous. She gives David a call back because Lisa's first attempt didn't work out, and now we're going to go for try number 2. He coordinates getting his mother babysat for the evening at the elder care center, and has a wonderful date. We really see this connection between Lisa and David happening right before our eyes, and we all are like rooting for David. It's like this great turn for him. It's a great character arc where we see that maybe there is a bright future for him, and he seems very happy. Um, and but when he gets home from the date, he goes right back to this Rent-A-Pal video. Um, and it's interesting based on where he puts the tape in and then where it is in the sequence, how it alters his thought process, how it kind of like really works on his vulnerabilities and things. And like, even after watching this, I don't know if like if the tape is, if it's just his mental condition that creates the tape seeming like it's working against him or for him or to control him, or if it's truly the tape is kind of like one of those possessed kind of tapes, like it's a don't watch this tape or something bad's going to happen to you. Um, I'm guessing, through the cover of like that David's struggling with some mental health issues because of his loneliness and his situation, that it's really more of we're seeing things through his lens, and it's just really, really well done. It's well crafted, this movie. um, Things get really amped up. um, there's so many different layers to this, but um, after David's date, but then rewatching the video, he decides to kind of put things on hold with Lisa, which seemed like this was his dream uh, person, his meant to be with forever person. There was so many things that really clicked with them. Um, and then we get into this last 25 minutes of this movie. This third act is just bonkers. Uh, you see just David goes crazy, and this Will Wheaton um, tape. It's so well done. It's just brilliant. It's neat. The way the interactions between David and Will Wheaton's character. I keep just calling him Will Wheaton's character. He has a name. It's Andy. Um, but man, I was just super thrilled with this. I don't want to give spoilers away, but I was completely engrossed in this movie. It's one of these psychological horror movies. Uh, Again, it's a genre that I really enjoy. This descent into madness is what I've called it. All the characters are totally believable. Great. Small cast, small budget. The set is basically David's basement or the Video Rendezvous. Having graduated in 1989, this is right in my early 20s where this takes place. So it's familiar to me that I remember these services being available. Never had to use one, thankfully. But I remember them. Like, I know that this is not just like a made up thing. Like, if you're a young person and you're like, that's just a weird concept, this was a real thing. And I really can't thank Pat Master 8874, who's tagged in this video somewhere, for recommending this movie. It's one of those really rare cases where somebody like gives a recommendation that is just so spot on to like what I look for in a movie. A lot of layers, a lot of really good things. There's not a lot of in the horror aspect of it. You're not getting jump scares, you're not getting gore. You're getting like this mental descent into madness. I don't know how else to say it. It's where you're seeing character go from point A to point B, and all these weird little bumps in the roads on the way to getting there. And even the end credits, like I've definitely learned to stick through end credits. There's just a real quick little funny spot at the end of the credits that's worth watching till the very end. It just also amplifies how engrossed David was with Andy and this Rent-A-Pal. Check it out if you can find it. I had a little bit of trouble. It does say it's a Shudder movie, but it's not available in the US. So if you're outside of the US, you'll probably be able to find it. Do a little hunting around. You can find it in some of those bootleg websites if you're willing to give those a shot. But definitely worth a check. So again, Pat Master 8874. Thank you so much for the recommendation, and thank you all for sitting through this review, and keep checking back to the channel for more great stuff. Subscribe, hit the like button, and all that good stuff.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
That's why I'm here for you, pal.